Welcome back. You're still watching the Afia Morning Show, and thank you for staying tuned. Now we're going to wrap up on a note of social media, videos making the rounds. A video that went viral yesterday on TikTok captured a moment aboard an Enugu Air flight where a male passenger was seen enthusiastically hailing the governor, Peter Mbah. The Enugu State governor, of course, and a fact finding by Afia TV later identified the passenger as Reverend Chuks Okonkwo, a clergyman. In a new, widely circulated selfie, of course, we're seeing Reverend Okonkwo is seen praising the governor for his efforts and achievements in the state. Now, responding in the comment section, the clergyman clarified that he was not sponsored to make the video. He emphasized that the appreciation came genuinely from the depth of his heart. Supporting this in the video, we see the governor looking visibly surprised at first, but eventually settling into the moment as the praise continued. Let's take a look.
Please, His Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State, the best husband so far. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you for all you are doing for Enugu. God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
One would say this has gone viral, certainly because this is the first time that we're seeing such an up-close and personal reaction in such a selfie mode by an Enugu resident. And of course, we're still investigating this. We don't know exactly when this happened, as we're seeing the photos that, of course, will show on screen right now surfaced on the 13th of September. But the video appeared to have started to go viral this week. And joining us now to take a look at this, well, up close and personal, is Afia TV political and economic correspondent, Nnamdi Obanya. Nnamdi, this has made headlines. The video has been there, the pictures have been there as well. But somehow, people are quite excited, even wondering if this was a real moment or if it was something more to it. What do you think?
People have checked. He's a clergyman, you know. I got two different meanings for what everybody is getting. Everybody's excited. Oh, it's a nice moment, a warm moment. I'm a cynical person, so I don't have the warm moment. But it's still in a good way, because me being Nnamdi Obanya, first thing I thought of were two straight things. One, since Peter Obi and later Willie Obiano, who I bumped into on commercial flights on more than one occasion, which other governor flies commercial? The second one is, and it took me back to pre-elections. I was like, it's nice to see a politician and real clergy, not fake clergy who were changing their clothes in an Abuja car park when they were endorsing a Muslim ticket and getting paid in the car park. You know, so those were the things I thought of, because we've had sponsored and compromised clergy for so long that people will be cynical and asking if people probably start asking if he's sponsored. That's why I had to clear the air, because we've seen shamelessness in the house of God from all religions, be it Christian, Muslim, and even the traditional rulers like the Oro Festival people in Lagos, who decide there should be Oro Festival when they don't want Igbos to come out and vote. So it's a nice thing. I mean, maybe more politicians should test their popularity and fly commercial. Let's see who will be brave enough.
The ultimate message may now be, if you fly Enugu Air, maybe you will get into a flight that the state governor is on as well.
And on the other side, if you think you're doing a good job on your state, hop on a commercial flight and let your constituents meet you without DSS. let's test your street credibility.
Someone actually said in the comment section, Anambra State governor would listen to AI. I don't know why people are like this.
Let's talk about the reaction. So the video started off with the governor, next to the clergyman, Mr. Okonkwo.
It was becoming apprehensive.
It looked as if it was going to be a picture, because that's the selfie mode. And all of a sudden, the clergyman started to speak, and he said, "This is His Excellency, the governor of Enugu." And the governor immediately started to look at him, like, to really watch him. Probably people will wonder, what was he going to say? What was the purpose of the video? Was it a FaceTime call? What was it? And some other people will wonder whether it was going to be a case of Quam 5 or Quam 4.
No, but you see, one thing that people raise a bit of like that it's staged, because how would somebody get to sit next to a governor? Is the governor's ADC that sit next to him? What people don't understand is that on commercial flights, number one, I've seen Peter Obi sit between two people who were not his DSS or anything. In fact, once two were even women. I've sat on an airline in business class. On this side was my friend and I. The other side was my other friend and Willie Obiano. So it was my friend that was sitting next to him. So I've seen governors in commercial flights. And the reason why a governor can be comfortable in a commercial flight sitting next to a total stranger is that airline security is probably the highest. You know how it is before you get on a plane.
Checks, no.
You can't even take your deodorant or your body spray or your perfume in your hand luggage. So the airline knows everything on your body as you are sitting next to the governor. You know, the airline checks are as strict, if not stricter, than even getting into some government houses. So people should not start thinking, how can a stranger sit next to the governor? The airlines have no problem. Even the governor's security team have no problem with that, because to get on an airline, the security is different. So it's not abnormal for a governor. Even recently, Javier Milei, president of Argentina, he doesn't even fly business class. He flies commercial. President, not governor, president of Argentina, within the country flies commercial, and he sits with the people. So people say they are pulling stunts, but you know, the flights are safe enough. I'm just saying, you know me, I'm a troublemaker. I want every governor to get a ticket and hop on a commercial flight. And I've called 3 governors. We've seen 3 governors now. Governor Peter Mbah. I've talked of Willie Obiano and Peter Obi, which is not hearsay. I saw. Like I even said, I flew with Willie Obiano. I can tell you. I don't want to be like advertisement, but I can even say the airline they were on.
All right. So
every governor, I want every governor to buy a ticket,
right,
and do this.
Now the thing is, even if the passenger was not initially seated next to the governor, I mean, we can't confirm if he was actually, the seat number was next to the governor, but at the same time, the flight was not airborne. It was definitely still grounded. It was aboard the flight, but we don't know whether it definitely wasn't on cruise mode. So it's possible that the person might have asked to interact. We don't know, because naturally we should have someone official sitting next to the governor for protection. So we don't know if the passenger got that seat, right? But I would like us to look at the implications of this. What would this video, what message would this video and these pictures send to Enugu? Like I said during the introduction, up close and personal, in a very ordinary moment, a passenger on an aircraft. The state governor, we've not seen something like that before. We've seen the media reports, we've seen the media chats, we've seen the interviews, we've recorded the interviews, but that kind of selfie mode interaction, what message does it send? Okay, so to your point of why the governor, if you notice that a lot of surroundings were empty, and I'll tell you why. And this is from my experience with Willie Obiano on a flight. Some governors, their protocol makes everybody sit down, then they come down first. But I noticed that Willie Obiano sat down for everybody to come down, and it gave people a chance to greet him as they were going out. So if you're coming from the back, by the time you got to Willie Obiano, all the seats there will be empty. So they were probably disembarking. And the Reverend Father, and don't forget, it's Enugu Air. That's a clergyman. You know how we are about clergy in this part. A clergyman wants to talk to the governor, nobody's going to say no. We take clergy very seriously here. The major implications of this, I've already said. It has set a precedent, which is, let the governors start testing their street cred. Let them start testing their street credibility. You know, more of these things. Let's start seeing them in flights. Let's start them in public places. You can run into the British Prime Minister, well, at least then, during David Cameron's time. You could run into him on a train. How many Nigerian politicians? We have politicians whose convoys are longer than the convoy of Israelites leaving Egypt during Exodus. So we need to see other people do this. One thing is that when you see our politicians with very long convoys and very large security apparatus, the message there is that the environment is not safe. If you've done your job in providing security, you should not be afraid to move with, you know, minimal security. I think it's a good look. I think it's a good move by Governor Peter Mbah. And I think the security people were very smart not to be heavy-handed there, because the story could have gone the other way. Reverend Father assaulted while trying to get to the governor. What's your take? I mean, you saw the video, you saw the reaction of the governor. The video started to almost seem like a picture, and then it turned to a video.
It almost became apprehensive when maybe probably noticed that it was a video. Probably might be, as you stated, what would this guy want to say now and all that, something like that. But I think this set the governor on a new light. You know, we see him humble. Like that's the natural him, right? He's humble, but now you can tell that he has that humility to fly Enugu Air and, you know, be on board with other citizens and all that stuff, and even allowing for that stuff to happen. Someone record you, have pictures with you and all that stuff. So it's a great deal, and him being appreciative of what he has been doing. It's something that is something that yes, that should happen, right? And him allowing that, by the way. So he's actually set him on a new light and in Enugu State as a governor, and don't just see him as being humble, but that humility is in him and all that, right?
Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to quickly pull up the comments that we saw Reverend Okonkwo drop when people were asking if the video was authentic. I mean, the video was posted by another essay to the governor on media. So that made the video even go more viral, and it's also got shared on other platforms as well. So let's look at the comments that Reverend Chuks Okonkwo dropped. Right now, I'll read it directly from here, even though the page says Chuks Okonkwo and not Okonkwo, but let me read this. He said, "My name is Reverend Chuks Okonkwo. I love and appreciate His Excellency Barrister Dr. Peter Mbah, the governor of Enugu State. We must learn to appreciate people when they do good. Our governor is transforming Enugu State beyond our widest imagination. You must not like him as a person, but you should praise the good and great works he does. The tomorrow we prayed for yesterday is here. I was not paid to do this. This appreciation is from the depth of my heart. It's from the depth of my heart." That's what he said, responding to comments around people saying, "Let's see the edits. Where's Governor Muneke?" So that's what he dropped. Now, Nnamdi, I'll throw this to you. You have a good eye for real content. Do you think that was a true interaction, or was it not?
I think, like me, most Nigerians have become cynical. So it's very hard to believe that it could be real content. But like Oji rightly said, the beginning of the video shows the governor getting a bit apprehensive. And what was going through his mind was, no matter what this guy wants to say, how do I counter the situation? Even if he says something negative, I should be ready to say we're doing our best. What are your issues? We'll do more. So he was already locking his mind into how to react to whatever the guy would say. And when it turned out to be positive, he had to literally defrost and get into the moment. But don't blame Nigerians for being cynical. Like I said, before the elections, we saw the acceptance of Muslim tickets for the APC in Abuja. We saw the so-called clergymen, who people later identified as various urchins from different areas of Nigeria. We've even seen real men, real quote-unquote men of God, who call themselves men of God because they have registered entities that with CAC that are churches, and we've seen sheikhs, we've seen imams, we've seen, like I said, the Oro Festival people all shamelessly, sacrifice their religion on the altar of political affiliations and access to politicians. So Nigerians will be cynical. It's very hard to make Nigerians believe that any content is real, especially in the age of spin, when almost everybody is an influencer. Some people tell you, let's wait. You still see, it's an influencer. It's going to be that. And it's something you have to accept. You have to take the good with the bad. No matter how expensive your car is, you will still clean it with a dirty rag. There is always bad that comes with good. So it is what it is.
Ultimately, it's a good one. And Nnamdi, you made some great points on the program today. I like the point you made about test your street credibility. Yeah. Go out there. What do people think? Wear a hat, wear a cap, wear a t-shirt, a pair of jeans and sneakers. Go out there and interact. Go on a commercial. That's if you have a plane now. No. If you have a plane.
Fly commercial.
Right.
Let's fly commercial. Go to the airport. Fly. Nobody's saying you should queue.
Yeah.
Use your protocol. Sit in the VIP lounge. You're a governor, we accept. But climb the plane and sit down with people. Let's test your street cred.
That's been a trend in Enugu. I could remember Governor Sullivan Chime. He did it. Chimoke Naman too. Sometimes I think he used to drive himself too, right? And move around town.
Yeah.
He goes out.
Driving around town. I know Governor Rotimi Amechi,
the only governor I know that,
Raji Fashola.
The only governor I know that actually
Donald Duke.
The only governor in Enugu State I know that actually was out there on his own and doing stuff was
Governor Wanye.
All right, thank you so much, Nnamdi, for joining today, and that's a great one. It's a good one to see, and definitely it's sparked this news. It's made the show because we've not seen something like this before, and I'm sure that Enugu are hoping for more interactions such as this. I mean, quite random, quite interesting altogether. So thank you once again, Nnamdi, for joining.
Thank you for coming on.
And this is hoping for more positive strides in the state and indeed across the Southeast region. More interactions, more candid moments with Enugu residents is what we hope for as we wrap up today's show. Tomorrow we'll look at certain issues that emerged in Edo State concerning the daughter of Mr. President and her title that the Oba of Benin is now making quite controversial. Thank you once again for joining today's broadcast. And on behalf of the entire production team of the Afia Morning Show right here on Afia TV, this is saying thank you for watching. I'm your host, Nnamdi Obanya.
Oji Wachiku, have a splendid day. Bye for now.